The following program is brought to you in living color on ITProTV. Welcome to IT Squares, where we'll compete with your favorite ITProTV celebrities, including Network Specialist Ronnie Wong, CompTIA connoisseur Wes Bryant, Security Expert Daniel Lowry, Cloud Wizard Adam Gordon, TechNado host Peter Van Rysdam, Edutainment Manager Ashley Wesser, All Things Cisco Expert Anthony Sequeira, ITProTV CCO Barry Pruitt, and ITProTV co-founder and edutainer Don Pizzette. All here right now in the IT Squares.
Hey, hello, and welcome to IT Squares, where tic-tac-toe gets a little sprinkling of IT flavor. I'm your host, Zach Members. So happy to be with you. So happy you're with us. Hey, IT stars, are you ready to play IT Squares? I'm sure they are. And you know what else is? We've got some contestants we'd like to meet right now. And there's a fellow by the name of Brian Bauer, and he is, hey, Brian, how are you, sir? Yeah,
hey.
Right. We're Feeding America, Eastern Wisconsin, and we have Casey Wood, Umpqua Bank, and founder and president of AngelDads.com. Did I get that right, Casey? Okay, good.
That is correct.
And we're going to find out more about that in a minute. You guys ready to play IT Squares?
I'm ready.
Well, first, let's go over some rules, shall we? There's a couple of rules we have to follow. One contestant represents an X and one contestant represents an O. A contestant will select a square and play with the celebrity, not play with them, but they'll play along with the celebrity who will answer a question. That contestant will decide if they agree or disagree with the celebrity. The objective is to complete a line horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. The contestant can also win by winning 5 squares. If the contestant agrees or disagrees correctly, they win that square, but if the contestant was wrong, the opponent wins that square. You cannot win a game if your opponent has chosen a square and has lost that square. You have to earn that square. And that's really all the rules there is, so it's kind of exciting, and let's get going. What do you say? And Brian, we're going to start with you. You won the coin toss. Who would you like to select first?
Let's go with Mr. Anthony Sequeira.
Yes. Anthony Sequeira, how are you, sir?
I am doing great. Thanks so much for having me.
You don't have your goggles on your face. You look different. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So here's your question. In 2016, Cisco acquired DNS filtering company OpenDNS to bolster its security offering. What is the new name Cisco gave to OpenDNS?
Yes, that is now called Cisco Parasol.
Cisco Council. That is your answer?
Parasol.
Parasol? Okay, what do you think, Brian? Is it Parasol?
Well, Anthony is a pretty smart guy, so I'm going to agree with him.
Unfortunately, the answer was umbrella. It's like a parasol, though, isn't it?
Dirty liar.
So, O gets the square on that one. So now we're going to go over to you, sir. Casey, who would you like to talk to?
I would like to choose Don, please.
Okay.
Awesome.
We're going over
Good
to Don.
choice.
Don, how are you, sir? Good to see you.
I am doing great. Let's have it.
Okay, here are some questions for you. All right. According to the UK's National Cybersecurity Centre, that's the NCSC, what was the most common password used in 2019?
Wow, out of all the passwords. Well, you know what? I think it's times like this when I can fall back on the most valuable source of knowledge I have, which is the movie Spaceballs. So I'm going to assume that it is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the same password I use on my luggage.
1, 2, 3, 4. That is your answer. Casey, do you agree or disagree with Don?
I will disagree, please.
Good to disagree. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Don.
I was close.
You were darn close. And now we're switching back over to Brian. Brian, who would you like to talk to?
Let's see. I'll go with Barry to block.
Barry to block. Okay, Barry. Barry Pruitt, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well.
It's
Thank
good
you.
to see you not holding that role anymore. That's a good thing. Okay, so here is your question, Barry. Which CPU register controls the flow of code execution in an x86 Intel-based architecture?
In an 86?
In an-
X86?
In an x86 Intel-based
It
architecture.
broke up. It's either standard or instruction. I would say it's going to 50-50. Instruction, the EIP.
So you're saying the EIP,
EIP.
the IP register?
Yes.
Okay, and do you agree with that or not, Brian?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'll agree.
You'll agree, and it's good to agree because that's the EIP register. Very nice. Nicely done, nicely done. Yes, you congratulate yourself. Casey, who would you like to talk to now?
All right, I will go with Mr. Ronnie Wong.
Ronnie Wong. Ronnie Wong, good afternoon to you, sir. How are things?
It is going well. We are excited, so let's hear the question.
Okay, here comes your question, and we'll have to go right here. Alrighty. In IT security, what three-letter acronym is sometimes referred to as the Iron Triangle?
The Iron Triangle.
The Iron Triangle.
Well, that's weird.
It's
the
a
Iron
triangle made of iron.
Yeah. So when it comes down to security, and we start talking about, of course, the Iron Triangle, we're referring to, well, CIA, which you'd think would stand for, of course, the Central Intelligence Agency, but it doesn't. But let's say CIA.
The CIA. Okay, do you want to break that out for us? What does CIA stand for?
No. It's confidentiality, integrity, and availability.
Of course you knew that. All right, and what do you think? Is that yes or no for that? Do you agree or disagree?
I am going to agree.
Good to agree. It is the CIA. Good job. Thank you, Ronnie. And we're going back to Brian. Brian, who would you like to talk to?
Ooh, it's tough.
I'm going to go with Dan to block.
Going with Daniel to block. Daniel, good afternoon to you, sir.
I always knew we'd meet like this. This day was coming. It was
Here-
unavoidable.
Here it comes for you. All right, your question. Which of the following is a popular web application proxy used in penetration texting? I'm sorry, let me say that again. Penetration testing.
Well, it's fun to text while you're
You can text while you're testing. Of course you can.
fine.
Everybody does. So
No
I'm going to begin that question again. Which of the following is a popular web application proxy used in penetration testing? Is it Burp Suite, Barf Suite, Belch Suite, or Blueberry Suite?
Well, so many amazing options you've given me there, Zach. All strange in their own right.
They are.
So it could be anyone's game on that one. I think that I will go with. Read those back to me one more time. Give me. Let me just hear it rain down from on high here.
Okay, I'll give it to you in my best announcer voice.
Okay.
Burp Suite,
Burp Suite,
Barf Suite,
Barf Suite,
Belch Suite,
Belch Suite,
or Blueberry Suite.
All right, it's going to be either Burp or Belch because they're similar. I'm going to go with the. Let's go with the Belch Suite. I like Belch.
Belch Suite. Do you agree that it is Belch Suite?
I'm going to have to disagree with Daniel right there.
Good to disagree. It is Burp Suite. And X gets the square. Very nice. Going back over to Casey. Let's see, what do we look like over here? Boy, it's kind of all over the place, but I see.
Well, I am going to go for the win here. So, Ashley, I choose your square.
Ashley, it is. Okay, Ashley, good to see you.
Hey, good to be here. Excited to play.
Okay, and here is your question. I spent all night writing this question for you, by the way.
I can't wait to hear it.
In 2011, a then 21-year-old University of Central Florida student was arrested for hacking the FBI InfraGard website. That's the FBI InfraGard website.
Okay.
How did they find him?
How did they find him? Under a warm blanket of co-eds, I hope.
Whoa!
Congratulations.
Well, that's an answer I didn't expect, but thank you.
Oh, no. All right, Mom always said pride comes before the fall, so I'm going to say that he bragged about it on social media.
He bragged about it on social media. And you agree or disagree?
I am going to agree.
Good to agree. He bragged about it on
Yay!
Twitter. Very nicely done. The co-eds were not around, I don't think. They might have been. Who knows? We don't know that. And it looks like we have a win. O wins the game. And by the way, you win 100 points. And that's a good start, I think. And there's more to come. Right now, though, we're gonna break for a small commercial. Stay with us. Thanks for joining us for IT Squared.
Welcome to ITProTV, an e-learning company with thousands of hours of engaging video training for IT professionals with fresh content added daily. What makes ITProTV stand out? It all starts with our edutainers, who create better than classroom experiences for training you look forward to watching.
So an edutainer is someone who takes a topic, an educational topic, and makes it more fun, enjoyable. My vision for ITProTV was to make the product that I wish I had when I got started.
The dashboard is great because you can actually pick up right where you left off. You can also end up seeing new courses that are available to you, and with a membership, you have access to a variety of study tools.
Follow along with virtual labs and test your skills with practice tests. And unlike traditional training, you aren't handcuffed to your desk. Sure, you can watch from there or from your couch with Apple TV and Roku apps, or from anywhere with mobile apps. The training is even available for download. If you're ready to watch and learn with the IT pros, check out the flexible membership choices online today at www.itpro.tv.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us for IT Squares. Again, I'm your host, Zach Memes. With us, our contestants, Brian Bauer and Casey Wood. And we're going to get to know our contestants a little bit better. And we're going to start right now with Brian Bauer. So, Brian, what happened when you were 4 years old? No, we're not going there. Tell us a little bit about Feeding America, Eastern Wisconsin. What is that all about, Brian?
They're a nonprofit food bank. They distribute to all of southeastern and Wisconsin. I'm in charge of basically all the technology that they bring in, the cell phones, the servers, the desktops, and user support for both their locations in Milwaukee and Little Chute, Wisconsin.
Well, fantastic. And again, thanks for joining us. And Brian and I chat back and forth on social media, especially LinkedIn, all the time. It's good to actually see your face, because I see your posts an awful lot. So good to have you here. And Casey, we'll be talking to you in just a moment. But right now, it's time to start round two. And this time around, Casey, we're going to start with you. O begins the game.
All righty. Well, let's start with Don, right in the middle.
And here comes Don walking down the street. Gets the funniest looks from everyone he meets. So Don, here is your question. What open source security architecture was originally developed by the NSA to help secure Linux-based systems?
You know, you might be surprised. The NSA has gotten some bad PR over the last couple of years, but they contributed one of the most important security frameworks found in Linux almost 20 years ago now, which is something that we now call SE Linux, Security Enhanced Linux.
If that's a bluff, that's one of the best bluffs I've ever heard. What do you think, Casey? Agree or disagree?
I am going to disagree.
Ooh. Well, it's not good to disagree because it is, in fact, SE Linux. So, yeah, X gets that square. And we're moving on to Brian. Brian, who do you think you want to talk to right now?
Let's go with Ronnie.
Ronnie? Ronnie Wong it is. Ronnie, good to see you again as he moves back into full frame. So, Ronnie, question for you. How do you make a really good... No, never mind. We're not going to talk about food. Radius is a common protocol used in AAA client-server communications.
Okay.
What is the name of Cisco's proprietary alternative to Radius?
Proprietary alternative. That is unusual, but the actual name of it, I believe, is actually called something weird, right? It's called Terminal Access Control Access Controller Service, with a plus at the end, or better known as TACAX Plus.
Okay, and Brian, do you agree or disagree with that?
I have no idea, so I'm gonna just I'm
TACAX
gonna
Plus.
assume he's telling me the truth, and I will agree.
Good to agree. It is TACAX Plus. Very nice. Good job, Ronnie.
Ronnie would never lie.
And then we're going to move back to Casey. Casey, who's next for you?
All right, well, let's go for the block with Daniel.
And Daniel, it is Daniel who likes Belch Sweet. Okay.
Yes,
here
I
we
was
go.
hoping there was Puke Sweet, but that didn't exist. It wasn't an option.
Well, Belch Sweet was good enough, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so Daniel, I got a question for you, sir.
All right.
Which of the following tools could be used to poison the Link Local Multicast Name Resolution, or LLMNR, cache in a Windows environment? The Harvester, wget, or Responder?
All right, so I'm just going to check my phone, see if the Venmo payments have come in.
You
yet.
cannot check your phone.
Oh, okay. All
That
right.
would be
Well,
cheating.
Hey, can't blame a man for taking a shot.
He did.
Some
It was a
extra
good
cash.
shot.
Well, let's see here. Out of those options, if I were to want to poison the LLMNR cache, I would probably go with Responder.
Responder is your final answer, and what do you think? Agree or disagree?
I will agree.
Good to agree. It is Responder, and you get the block. And we're kicking back to Brian. Brian, choose a guest to speak with.
I haven't heard from Wes in a while, so let's go with him.
We haven't heard from Wes. This is our first time. Hey, Wes, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Excited to be here.
Put your sandwich down. Okay, here we go. Question for Wes. True or false? An insider threat is one of the least dangerous threat actors. True or false?
Blue.
Blue wasn't one of the answers.
Okay, just making sure. Well, I guess it depends on what your company is. If you're a guy with a red stapler in the basement, then it might be true. But if you're a bull in a glass factory, that might be false. So I think I'm going to say false.
False. And false is your answer for true or false. An insider threat is one of the least dangerous threat actors. Do you agree or disagree?
I think I'm going to have to disagree.
Gonna have to disagree, and it's actually not good to disagree. It was false. So O gets the square, and Casey, we're going right back to you. Let's see, we're kind of all over the place up there, but I see where you might want to go. Who would you like to talk to next?
Let's go with Mr. Barry, please.
Mr. Barry. Mr. Barry it is. And Mr. Barry, I have
Yes.
a question for you, sir. This backup storage company takes its name from the depleted mine it originally occupied after World War II.
That is the Lebeau mine.
Lebeau. So your final answer is Lebeau.
It's Lebeau. It's in France.
It's in France, Lebeau. Okay.
Oui.
And do you agree or disagree with that?
I actually don't know, so I am going to agree.
Not good to agree. It's actually Iron Mountain. Iron Mountain is the answer. There was a nice bluff from Barry.
It was a good bluff.
Yeah, it was a good bluff.
really good.
Okay, well, this is going to be a long game. Let's see who ends up with at least 5 squares.
Couple options.
Who would you like to choose right now?
I'm going to go with Anthony for the win.
Anthony for the win.
Hell no, how'd you see that?
Anthony in beautiful sunny Tampa. Cisco is known for having multiple VPN server solutions available. Fortunately, they consolidated their VPN clients into a single tool for secure remote client connectivity. Name that tool.
That's going to be Cisco AnyConnect.
Cisco AnyConnect. That's your answer, and do you agree or disagree?
Well, let's see. He tried to trick me the last time, but I think he actually is telling the truth this time, so I'm going to agree.
Good to agree. It's Cisco AnyConnect. Very nicely done. I think we have a win here, do we? Yes, we do. We have an X. Woohoo! We have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 squares. You win the 100 points. Another game down, and we have more to come. So stay with us as we continue with IT Squares.
IT pros who want to learn on the go? The ITProTV Android app is for you. Now it's better than ever with the dashboard view built in. Easily resume viewing, see new courses as they're added, and track your hours viewed. Start up your next episode with the touch of a button to binge watch on the go. Track your progress at a glance, and download episodes as an annual member for offline viewing. Access all ITProTV courses with a simple button. Choose landscape mode for larger viewing. Choose your course by category, certification, or job role. Watch anywhere and pick up later on your favorite devices. So head to the App Store and download the ITProTV app.
So do you think your IoT devices might be spying on you? Well, we have a wonderful webinar coming up next Thursday called Secrets of IoT. Are your devices spying on you? Daniel's going to show us how you can secure your IoT devices, and he'll be hacking into a common IP camera live. So you won't want to miss that. That webinar will be streamed right here on the ITProTV on-air page next Thursday at 2 p.m. You can find out more information about the webinar at itpro.tv/webinars. It's going to be a good time. I know I'm going to be there. And welcome back to IT Squares. Welcome back, contestants. Welcome back, IT stars. We're going to just jump right back into this with round 3, shall we? And I think we're going to begin with Casey because we ended with Brian last time. Casey, who would you like to talk to?
Alrighty, well, strategy, I think I'm going to go with Don again.
Boy, Don's a popular guy today.
Center square.
It's the way it is. Okay, Don, we're going to talk to you about this Ubuntu Linux question. Ubuntu Linux adopted this simple, lightweight command line utility to serve as a front end for IP tables. Is it NF, UFW, UFC, or WWF?
Oh man, I never thought in my career there would come a point where I'd have to pick between the WWF and UFC. I mean, which would win? It's so, but both could defend your computer so well. Boy, so NetFilter is the underlying technology, even underlying IP tables. But in this case, I think what we're going for is going to be UFW, the uncomplicated firewall.
UFW is his answer. Casey, do you agree?
Again, I don't know for sure, so I'm going to agree.
Good to agree. It is UFW. Circle gets the square. Wonderful news. Okay, now we're moving over to Brian. Brian, who would you like to choose?
I think Peter's falling asleep, so let's wake him up.
Let's wake up PVR.
I didn't know if my camera was on. Are we doing? Okay.
PVR, are you with us? Here
Yes,
we go. Okay.
let's go nuts.
I got a question for you. And which of the following methods is a common technique used to evade antivirus and endpoint protection software?
Sure.
No, listen carefully because there's actually several choices here.
Didn't need him, but go ahead.
Just lose his mind on this.
Is it obfuscation, consternation, constipation, or interference?
Well, I know from personal experience that constipation affects the endpoint
Fiber.
directly.
A lot.
But
Fiber.
I don't think that evades. So I'm going to go with obfuscation because that is an extremely fun word to say. So
Yes,
obfuscation. final
obfuscation
answer.
or obfuscation, depending on what part of the country you're
Sure.
from. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree it's not constipation.
Yes. Good.
Smart. Give him the
I have to
square.
agree.
So you're going to agree with obfuscation?
Ooh.
Oh, don't second guess yourself. Come on.
No. Disagree.
You're going to disagree with obfuscation, and unfortunately, it is obfuscation.
That hurts, Brian.
Circle gets the square. It hurts in more ways than you know. I saw him grab his Tums. Everything's fine. We're going to move on with Casey. Casey, who would you like to talk to next?
All right, my man Adam.
Oh, finally, Adam gets a question. Wonderful. Adam, how are you, sir?
I am awesome.
Okay. All righty. I like your T-shirt.
Thank you.
And here's your question. The practice of identifying and prioritizing threats and security mitigations is also known as
7. Oh, I'm sorry.
The answer is 42.
Okay.
The practice of
7
identifying
times
and prioritizing threats and security mitigations is also known as threat patterning, threat pointing, or threat modeling.
Threat patterning, threat pointing, or threat modeling. It sounds like I could either make a blanket, I could take a picture, or I could perhaps, I don't know, weave a quilt and then take a picture. I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to go with threat patterning.
Threat patterning. But threat patterning is the answer. Do you agree or disagree?
I am going to agree.
Actually, it's threat modeling, so we have an X in that
Always
square.
go with the Vogue.
There you go, yeah. Pose, Vogue. Yeah. Madonna's not here. Okay. And who would you like to choose now?
Let's see. Let's go with Wes again.
Wes Bryan, it is. Here we go, Wes. Which of the following cryptography types makes use of public and private keys to secure essential services like the World Wide Web and many VPNs? Is it symmetric cryptography, asymmetric cryptography, or bisymmetric cryptography?
That's interesting. Well, if William Shatner asked me that, I'd say the first two are the same question or the same answers. We'd have symmetric and asymmetric cryptography.
It's not right.
And you said bisymmetric?
Yes, bisymmetric. So
So we
had to choose
public
from.
and a private key.
Yep.
I'm going to say symmetric key and cryptography.
So you're saying asymmetric cryptography?
Symmetric.
Symmetric cryptography. Okay. So the answer is symmetric cryptography. Do you agree or disagree?
I'm going to disagree.
Good to disagree. It's asymmetric cryptography. And so X gets the square. Casey, it's your turn. What lovely face do you want to be looking at now?
Okay, let's see. How about I'm going to strategy. I'm going to choose Daniel, please.
Daniel is traveling tonight on a plane. Okay. Daniel, you're up.
I don't think I like your tone, Zach. Watch how you talk to me, boy.
It's a nice plane. You'll like it. True or false, the Windows SMB remote code execution exploit nicknamed Eternal Blue was named as a reference to the chart-topping Madonna album True Blue. True or false?
I mean, that sounds right. Be honest. I mean, you just hear it and you think Eternal Blue. Obviously, my mind runs right to Madonna's True Blue because that's how things work. I'm not 100%. So let me think. You know, as much as Madonna is a part of my cherished childhood, I'm going to go with no or false on that.
False. Okay, so Daniel is saying false. Do you agree or disagree?
I'm going to agree.
Good to agree. It is false. So O gets the square. Brian, back to you, sir. What would you like to do at this point?
All right, this time I'm not going to pick the wrong square, and I'm actually going to go for one that I need and pick Barry.
Barry it is. Okay, Barry.
Yes?
I know you like to go to mines. All right. Here is a question for you. What is another name for a forged email whose intended purpose is to trick someone into disclosing personal information or credentials?
I agree.
Very nice. But that's not the answer we're looking for.
Oh, okay. Phishing.
Phishing. That's with the P-H-I-S-I-N-G, phishing. Correct, Barry?
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine.
So Barry says phishing. Do you agree or disagree?
I also agree with him.
Good to agree. It is phishing. Very nicely done. And we're going back to you, Casey. Who would you like to choose?
All right, I am going to choose master of all things Cisco, Mr. Anthony.
Anthony Sequeira. And here he comes. Anthony, which Cisco firewall would best suit an enterprise or commercial environment? And so it's a multiple choice. Is it Firepower, ASA, or Meraki?
I'm going to say, it sounds pretty fancy. I'm going to say Meraki.
Meraki? Okay, that's your answer. All right, so he has said Meraki. Do you agree or disagree?
I am going to disagree.
Good to disagree. It is Firepower. All things Cisco, eh?
All things Cisco, right? Yeah.
He just likes the name Meraki.
Did I hear all things Google
He
Cloud?
walks around all day going Meraki. Okay, so what do we have right now? We have Brian, don't we? Yes.
No,
go ahead.
that's a win.
Oh, it's a win, for goodness sake. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. So another round one, 100 points is won, which is a wonderful thing. We have a lot more of IT Squares coming right up after I eat a sandwich. So we'll be right back.
This is Josh. Josh spent $2,500 on a week of classroom training for CompTIA A+ and got certified. Josh got a good job that pays $40,000 per year. This is Jeremy. Jeremy only spent $299 on a full year of training from ITProTV, including A+ and 300 other courses. Jeremy also got a great job that pays $40,000 per year. Jeremy used the more than $2,200 he saved in IT training for a fabulous tropical vacation. Now, Jeremy is still using his ITProTV membership to study for Network Plus and Security Plus to advance his career, but not spending any more money, since all three are included in his ITProTV membership, plus 300 more courses. Don't be like Josh. Choose ITProTV for your IT training.
And welcome back to round 4 of IT Squares. Having a wonderful time. Let's meet Casey Wood, get up close and personal. So, Casey, you work with Umpqua Bank, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, and is that just in the state that you are in, or is it like the Western Seaboard? Where's that at?
Western United States,
Western
primarily.
United States. Yeah. Okay. But the thing I'm mostly interested in is you're the founder and the president of AngelDads.com. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Angel Dads, what we do is we provide great father figures for boys and girls that don't have a dad in their life for whatever reason. So we are very honored to be able to serve in that fashion.
That sounds great, and good on you for doing that. That's something that we need sorely in this world. I'm the father of 5 kids. I got enough on my hands, but that's a great organization. Awesome. All right, so let's move on with round 4 of IT Squares, shall we? And let's see, this time who are we going to be starting with? I think we're going to be starting with Brian. Brian, go ahead and pick someone.
Can't tell if he's thinking or frozen.
I think he's thinking.
Okay.
Brian, can you hear me?
Oh, I'm going to go with Don.
Okay.
Smart.
That was a heck of a thing.
Yeah, that was.
He really put some brain power
Man,
to
I tell you.
Good thing. Good
job.
And so, Don, I have another interesting question for you that's got multiple parts to it, it looks like. In 2014, in the olden days, almost the entire internet was affected when a highly publicized exploit allowed attackers to execute shell commands on web servers by passing a magic string in place of their user agent string. What was the name of this attack?
I happen to remember this, and the way these things get names is always bizarre to me, but in this case, it's actually named after a line from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song, because they are our heroes in a half shell.
They are.
And so this one was actually called Shell Shock.
The answer, Shell Shock. Do you agree or disagree?
I don't think Don would lie to me. I'm going to go with agree.
Agree, and it's good to agree because it is in fact shell shock.
I might have made up the part about the Ninja Turtles.
X gets the square.
Wow.
And let's all find out if this turtle thing is true or not.
It'd be awesome if it was.
Yeah, it would be. Casey, who would you like to choose?
All right, let's go again with Mr. MS-100 trainer, Mr. Ronnie Wong.
Mr. Ronnie Wong. Ronnie's ready and waiting, I know. Okay. So, Ronnie, Cisco NAC is one of the leading network access control products on the market.
All right.
But man, is it expensive. Which of the following is an open source alternative to Cisco NAC that we can use for free? Is it Packet Fence, FortiNAC, or Forescout?
What was that last one?
Forescout.
All right. So when it comes down to open source stuff, this one, I think I'm... actually, I don't know. I'm going to take a guess here. I'm going to say is Packet Fence.
Packet Fence is the answer. Do you agree or disagree?
I am going to disagree.
Actually, that is the answer. Packet Fence is the answer. X gets the square.
Okay.
Yep, that's true.
Always trust Ronnie.
Ronnie would not lie. He would not lie. Okay, and who would you like to choose next?
Go with Dan.
Going back to Daniel. Here we go, Daniel.
Listen, Zach.
I have another one for you. This was chosen specifically because of your name.
Oh, goodness.
If Daniel Boone was a hacker... I'm going to begin again because I'm starting to laugh there. If Daniel Boone was a hacker, he would definitely approve of this type of exploit where an attacker targets an operating system's built-in functionality and tools to maintain and control access without additional software. What is this type of attack called?
Well, first I would like to say that I'm shocked and appalled that you would ask me something like this on a live broadcast such as these. But since you were so bold...
I was bold.
I will go with living off the land.
Living off the land is the answer. Do you agree or do you disagree?
I'm going to agree.
Good to agree. It is living off the land. Very nicely done. And we're going back to Casey. After we put the X on Daniel's face, because why not?
Wait, that's a win.
That's
Just
a
ignoring
win.
the win.
It's a win. That's right. But Brian, congratulations. Tic-tac-toe.
Wow, clean house.
It's been a while since I played tic-tac-toe. Anyway, we have another round. Round 5 is coming up. Stay with us. More IT Squares coming right up.
Coming right down to the end.
The ITProTV app is available for iOS and tvOS. The modern user interface makes navigation easy. Recently watched videos can be found on the home screen, as well as our daily live streams. Choose landscape mode for larger viewing. Access the entire course library by clicking on the play icon. Navigate our content by category, certification, and job role. Learn where you want and when you want as a premium annual member by downloading episodes for offline viewing. Watch on the go and pick up later on any of your favorite devices. So head to the App Store and download the ITProTV app.
Hello, welcome back to IT Squares. I just brushed up on my tic-tac-toe, so this time I'm ready. And we've got our final round. And are you excited, gentlemen?
Very much.
Also, very nice. So we're going to start with Casey. Casey, who would you choose?
All right, it's down to the tiebreaker match. It's gonna have to be Dr. Dawn in the middle.
Dr. Dawn. I love that. That's a good title for you, Dawn. Dr. Dawn. Okay, so here's your question. Most Linux systems use the PAM architecture for user authentication. Does the P in PAM stand for passable, pluggable or programmable?
Wow, that's a tough one. I know I'm known as the Linux expert around here, but the PAM I have the most experience with is that spray stuff you put on the pans.
It's good. It tastes yummy.
The food's not greasy enough. I'm going to have to go, I know we use PAM modules, and so I'm going to go with pluggable on this one.
Pluggable is Don's answer. Casey, do you agree?
I'm going to agree.
Good to agree. It's pluggable. Very nicely done. And we'll move over to Brian after we put your O on top of Don's face, which is a nice place for it to be. Brian, who would you like to choose?
Let's see. I'll go with Ronnie.
And we're going back to Ronnie Wong. Let's see if I have any more Ronnie-specific questions. I do. Very nice. Okay, Ronnie, Cisco routers store their passwords in plain text by default. But you can fix that if you use the enable secret command to set your password. What algorithm does enable secret use to secure your password?
All right, so securing passwords on a Cisco router, enable secret, well, we know that we can actually make that happen. I believe that this algorithm is what they call the Message Digest 5 or MD5.
MD5 is the answer. Brian, do you agree?
Not a strong networking guy, but I'm going to agree.
Good to agree. It's MD5. Very nicely done. And we're moving on to Casey. Casey, who would you like to choose? You can't choose Ronnie again. He's already got his X there, so
he's shadow boxing his microphone.
Yeah,
very nicely
done. Daniel up in the corner there.
Daniel. Okay, let's see if I have another Daniel-centric question. Actually, I don't, so I'm going to refer to my general questions. Daniel.
What?
Why would you pick him?
I can tell you're excited. Okay. Many people are hacked because they use the same password on multiple services.
Are you asking for a friend? Is that?
I'm asking for a friend.
That's what this is asking
for a friend. Yeah.
Some people get hacked.
Some people, right? Which of the following technologies helps minimize the risk of password reuse? So, multiple choice. Two-factor authentication, application firewall settings, or man traps. I can't wait to hear this one.
Well, I like my passwords like I like my underwear. You get to reuse them more than one time and really get some mileage out of it.
I'm the guy under Daniel.
Yeah, poor Peter.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. So sorry. That being said, let's see here. Well, a man trap sounds fun, right? Because you can it's almost like a weird Saw movie. But that seems a little bloodier to keep people out of reusing passwords.
Yes,
so
indeed.
That might not be it. What are my other two options again?
So it's two-factor authentication, application firewall settings, or man traps.
It does seem like a firewall would be able to see that you're pushing more than one. But let's go with firewall. What the heck?
So application firewall settings is your answer. Do you agree or disagree?
I disagree.
Good to disagree. It's two-factor authentication. So O gets the square.
Wah, wah.
And O gets over Daniel's face.
But now I do have to look up man traps.
Good luck.
Should I do that on this computer, the work computer?
Right now.
Yeah. No.
So Brian, it's your turn. Who would you like to choose?
Let's go with Adam.
Adam it is. Adam, where's your questions at? I had them
I have it right here, Zach.
Yes, you do. I'm sure you do. You can actually do it for me. So, Adam, if you're a fan of CSI, then you should definitely check out this digital forensic tool that shares its name with a post-mortem examination. What tool am I referring to?
Death by chocolate.
That's right. No, that's not right.
No?
That may not be.
So I don't get a choice. I don't get a hint. How about if I ask Daniel if he can help me? He has one in his man trap.
Yeah. There's a dead body in there you can get a hold of and be like, what do we call you?
It's a bottle of lotion in there.
Is it Bill? Is the answer Bill?
We need some Pam. So a forensic tool that would be used to show up on a TV show and also to look for information.
Yeah, post-mortem examination, yeah.
Examination. I'm going to say it is going to be an endoscope.
Endoscope is your answer?
Endoscope is my answer.
Okay, so do you agree or disagree with endoscope?
I have no idea. I'm gonna trust you, Adam.
Oh. So you're going to agree?
Yeah.
Actually, the answer was autopsy, so O gets the square. Endoscopes are frightening anyway. Okay.
Checks the endpoint, right?
Good.
Yeah.
Casey, go ahead, pick a square. I think I know where you're going to be going, though.
Well, Mr. IT Pro G.I. Joe shirt on Peter.
PVR it is.
Yay.
Okay.
God.
PVR. Listen carefully.
Sure, go.
PIN numbers are a common form of user authentication. What does the acronym PIN stand for?
Sure, that's a great question. I'm very versed in that because I used my PIN number just earlier today. It's 4006, which is my daughter's. Was that a mistake?
Yeah, that was a mistake. So what we're asking is, in general, what does PIN?
Hold on.
What your PIN is?
Let me write
Oh,
that down.
I thought you specifically wanted
What does
my PIN. That's
PIN
my,
stand
No, that's
for?
my mistake. I think that is a personal identification number.
Personal identification number is the answer. Do you agree or disagree?
For the win, I agree.
Good to agree, and you have won this round. That's it. The O is in front of Peter's face, and now he can go use his card with his daughter's PIN number.
I have a public identification number now.
You do. It's out there. So that was actually the last round. What we're going to do right now is we're going to do a tally and see who's our winner, and we're going to be right back, I suppose. Okay.
I feel like I can figure it out.
So the winner overall is
Big Pharma.
It's Casey.
It's Casey.
Casey. The winner overall is Casey, of course. We're just waiting for that. I was waiting for my stars to say that. Everyone says congratulations, Casey. Very good job. Actually, both of you gentlemen, very well played. This was our very first IT Squares, and I think we did a good job, and we had a lot of fun. Remember, IT Squares is tic-tac-toe with IT flavoring sprinkled throughout. Gentlemen, thanks again for being with us. Great show. Thank you all for joining us for this very first IT Squares. IT stars, you can now go to your respective corners. Thank you. Bye-bye now.